So surprise, surprise, there are more luxury makeup releases that I wanted to try for you guys. I have got a few things that I'm very, very excited for here. So I am clocking into the new makeup factory here. It has been, I feel like, trying new makeup videos nonstop. So I hope you guys are on board of this, but I am always very, very excited to try new makeup. So I've got the new Chantecaille Real Bronzes. I'm so, so excited for these. I loved, as you guys know, I loved their previous version of these that came in the red compact. I love the shade Goa, which they don't have. So I'm very, very interested in the new shade Soleil that they have. Serena is the shade that they had before. Anyway, those are the two shades, Serena and Soleil. And then Lisa Eldridge was so kind in sending me her Lisa Eldridge Marilyn Monroe collection. So I've got that new highlighter. Very, very excited to try. And then the Kitten Lash Mascara in black, and then a whole bunch of lip products. So we'll get into that. And then Sisley has also come back out with their Orchid Highlighting Blush. Now, I'm not sure if this is a new formula or if it's just a repackaging, because it looks like they're redoing their whole line a little bit. So I get the feeling it's just repackaging. Anyway, we'll get further into that once we get to applying that product. All right, so I've already put on all of my base products. I've got foundation down, which is the Refi, and I mixed it in with the Sisley Glow Primer. So I have the Refi Skin Tint in 140N, sorry, it's called the Skin Base, in 140N, and then I applied, of course, some of my favorite Chantecaille Bio-Lifting Concealer, and then I lightly dusted the Sisley Loose Powder down because I wanted to make sure I had a nice kind of smooth canvas for all of these powder products, like the Chantecaille Real Bronze. So let's start there. Let me unbox these. I am like so excited for these because I noticed that their Real Bronze, the previous version, they were like out of stock, and it looked like they weren't restocking any of those previous Real Bronzes, and I was like, no, no, bring them back. So they have brought them back in new packaging, and this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. So the previous packaging was a version of this. It was just in a red kind of plastic case. This is stunning. This is absolutely beautiful. Like I mentioned, we've got two shades. This one is Serena, and this one is Soleil. So Soleil is a little bit cooler than Serena, and that's how the other two shades were before. It was Serena and Goa, and I loved Goa. So I do still have Goa from the previous collection. So this is the packaging that they had before, this red compact. And I do also have their limited edition, their Sunstone Real Bronze, and there was no shade to this, so that's what this one looks like. And let me just hold it up next to the new Soleil, but it's definitely lighter. Let's hold it up next to Serena. We'll do some comparative swatches as well. But here's Serena and here is Sunstone. Yeah, Sunstone was different. I remember it had a little bit of yellow to it, so it wasn't my favorite tone of their bronzers. I mean, the formula was the same and it was absolutely gorgeous. But let me do swatches of all four of these for you. Okay, here are the four swatches. So this is the new Serena, the new Soleil, here's the Goa, and then here is the Sunstone. I hope you can see what I was talking about in terms of the Sunstone. It has the most like golden yellow undertone to it. And you can see Serena is quite warm. Soleil is the cooler, and because it's cool, it almost looks lighter, which is very, very interesting. And then the old Goa looks like it's kind of in between here. It has the most red, but I am really excited about Soleil. Serena looks very nice. And I apologize, I don't have the previous version of Serena. When they first came out with Serena, I don't know if you guys remember, it was in a square compact and it was a split pan. It had a highlighter or the bronzer on top and then a highlighter, and that was Serena. And then they came out with these Real Bronzes, and one was Serena and one was Goa. And Goa, the tone just worked for me. Serena was just a little bit too warm, but this one doesn't look too warm for me. I do prefer Soleil, I think, because it does have more of like a latte, cooler brown tone to it. But I don't know, if I had to take a guess, if it's not exactly the same, I would say the older Serena is maybe a little bit lighter, a little bit warmer. I will also say the sheen of all of these bronzers are the same. They all have like that really nice gel powder sheen to them, just a little bit of like a satin sort of finish, really stunning. Really, really smooth, really stunning. All right, I've got my Chantecaille sculpt brush and I'm gonna go into Serena. We'll put that on this side of my face. And I'm just curious, I mean, I really like Chantecaille brushes. They are excellent, excellent quality, but they are synthetic hairs and sometimes these are just not the best for gel powder products, but I do wanna try it. Oh, looks like it picked up quite a bit of product fairly easily there, so that's good. Just gonna work that in. This is a great, great shade for that fresh out of the sun, not like sunburnt, but like, you know how you get that heated like rosiness underneath a tan? This has that tone to it. I feel like this Serena, if anyone out there has the old Serena and also purchased the new one, please like chime in because I'm just guessing here, just off of memory. But I feel like this Serena has more red in it versus the old one, which was much just warmer. It had a little bit more orange to it versus just red. Wow, so, so pretty. This would actually even make like a really nice blush because of that red in the tone. Really nice, really nice. Okay, let me try Soleil, which I think would be a great kind of all-around bronzer because it is a little bit cooler. I'm just gonna wipe off this brush on a microfiber towel. I'm actually using one of the new Sonia G microfiber towels. I love these. Oh yeah, this side has even more, can you see it? Even more red to it. Yeah, I really like Soleil. If I had to pick one, I would go with Soleil, but I'm excited that I feel like this Serena works pretty well on my skin tone. I just remember from the previous version that it wasn't my favorite. I mean, I loved the formula, but I remember thinking just the tone just didn't work for me. I am also a lot paler now, as you guys know, I can't shut up about it. So maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, I mean, I think both work, but I really like Soleil. Yeah, it has even more red to it than the Serena. And this brush does a phenomenal job. Absolutely phenomenal job. Okay, so those are the real bronzes from Chantecaille. I love them. I'm so, so happy with the tone of these, with the formula, so creamy. They just like melt right onto your skin. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me do a swatch of these against the Sisley one. Since these both have a baked gel powder formula, I want to just compare all of these. Yeah, so there is the Sisley. Definitely the warmest, and the sheen to it is actually gold. And then here is Serena and here is Soleil, and the sheen to these is more of a cooler tone sheen. So there is Sisley, and then these two are the Chantecaille. All right, now for the Sisley Glow Blush. They have 3 shades in this blush. I just got number 1, which is the bronziest. It is, yeah, number 1 bronze. It is the Glow Blush, the Orchid Glow Blush. So the packaging looks very much like the bronzer and the highlighters that they just came out with. And here's that blush. Now, this product is a pressed powder formula versus those baked gel powder formulas. And let me pull out the previous version of this one. So this is the old packaging, and they may have turned them all into gold, but basically the same version, but in gold. And then here is the bronze. So let's just hold these up. Now this has a little bit of overspray, which obviously my older version does not have anymore, but they do look the same, right? Yeah, pretty much the same. And the reason why I'm guessing that this is not a reformulation, but just repackaging, is if you go onto the Sisley site, or I'll save you the trouble, I'll just flash a picture of it up here. What you'll see is that it says new pack. So I think it's new packaging, where you'll see over the bronzer, it says new formula. So you'll see that they've called out like what has changed. And so that's why I think this is just new packaging. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the other 2 shades because I have the other 2 shades in the previous packaging. So if it's just the same formula, I don't think I'm going to. But I just wanna test this out because I am curious. So let's try this guy out. All right, I'm gonna use my Chantecaille cheek brush. And you know what, let me do a swatch for you just so you get a sense of this blush. But I tried to get like a good mixture of all the different shades in here because not all of this is overspray like I mentioned, just those, do you see like the metallic flecks? That's overspray, but the actual like petals here, these are all different and they're all different throughout the entire pan. So I tried to capture all of those. So that's what you get. It's like a peach, but there's a little bit of a nude bronziness to it. I'm seeing all these posts about transition blush now. And so I feel like I gotta add more blush. I gotta get it closer up to my eye, which is something I never ever do. I just put it right on my cheekbone and that's it. But yeah, have you guys been seeing all those? I'm thinking about doing a video where I'm following a tutorial, and I was thinking about following Nikki LaRose's because a lot of the tutorials I have come across, because I've done a search for it, they're on TikTok. So, you know, like the lighting is off and then it's short. It's like maybe 2 minutes. I'm like, no. I need a little bit more hand holding. And Nikki LaRose came out with a video on like how to do the transition blush. Of course, it looks incredible. So I think I may do that. Let me know down below if you'd be interested in me attempting to follow a makeup artist's technique in this transition blush. But it's such a fun blush look, and you guys know how much I love blush, and it'll just be, I think, really fun to, you know, do it in a different way. So yeah, let me know if you're interested down below. I will say it is behaving very similarly to the previous version, and even though this is a pressed powder, it acts and behaves a lot like the Sisley Baked Gel Powder formulas, like their bronzer and highlighter. It just melts onto the skin. This powder is so soft. It's such a wonderful formula. So that's the Orchid Blush in #1 Bronze. And now let's try this new highlighter from Lisa Eldridge. So it's the Elevated Glow Balm Concentrate. And she used to have those highlighters. They were like a liquid highlighter and it had a doe foot applicator. Those were really nice, but I don't think, were those limited edition? I don't think those are around anymore. So I was excited that she came out with a new highlighter and that it's basically completely different. Look how cute this packaging is. It's got her logo there. I love her logo with the lips and then this brushed gold compact, really nice. And I know there's 2 shades for this Elevated Glow. I'm assuming she sent me the lighter one. This is Butterfly Light. Oh, that is gorgeous. Just in the pan, all by itself, it's gorgeous. Let me do a swatch. Ooh, creamy. That will do it right underneath. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's stunning. I love that tone. It's peach with just a little bit of pink there. Ooh, it's gorgeous. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swatch a little bit actually onto the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna bring it out into natural daylight because that's the only way if I can tell that there are a lot of like micro glitters in there. I don't see them here. This looks really smooth. I'll flash the picture of it up here, obviously, to let you know. This is 100% micro glitter free. If you do not like micro glitters in your highlighter, much like me, or in any sort of like cheek product, I don't mind it on, you know, an eyeshadow or whatever, but like blush, obviously not bronzer, highlighter, I do not like those little micro glitters, and they pop out. Sometimes they look really smooth in indoor lighting and then they pop out in the daylight. You can see in this picture here, there's no micro glitters in here. This is just smooth goodness. Super smooth. Okay, I'm just gonna use my finger and tap this on. Absolute perfection. I'm gonna let that set down a little bit and see how far it sets down. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's so pearly, right? You can even see the pearly reflection off of my pearls. It's so similar. It's so similar to that. All right, well, absolutely amazing. Not surprised, it is Lisa Eldridge. Okay, since I don't have any new eye products, I'm trying to think what I wanna do, because I wanna do a simple eye if I'm gonna do like a bright red lip, which it looks like we've got in this Marilyn Monroe collection. So I'm just gonna use my Natasha Denona tan palette and go into Lazy. And go into Lazy. It's like she's talking directly at me. But this is a really nice matte peach. I'm just gonna apply this all over. And then I'm just gonna take the same brush and go into Toasted down here. It's this metallic shade. and just pick up a little bit. I'm just gonna add it just to my outer corner. And again, I'm just going for like a light eyeshadow look. She did send me her kitten lash in black in the special packaging. I don't want to open it just yet because I have so many mascaras that are open, so I'm just going to use one that's open because they go bad so quickly anyway. And I'm going to use my Benefit roller lash. Oh, you know, I never reported back on how the highlighter set down. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like non-transferable or anything, but it is definitely set down. It is quite emollient, you know, when you put it on, but it doesn't feel sticky or tacky or anything on my skin anymore, which is really nice. I think it's time for me to say goodbye to this mascara. It's super clumpy, which it isn't normally, so it must be completely dried out. I am gonna use the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide Eye Pencil in Black Treacle. And oh, this needs to be sharpened. Let me do that. Take a little smudger brush and just give it a baby wing. I'm just kind of dragging it out here. And I hope you'll forgive me. I'm just going to apply it to my top waterline and not my bottom waterline because my allergies today are kicking my ass. And whenever my allergies are bothering me, my eyes just get really, really sensitive to eyeliner in the waterline. So yeah, I figured I'd give my eyes a little bit of a break and just do the top and not the bottom. And I feel like they're already kind of watering, but that's okay. Doing a little flick here. Okay, now let's see what lip products she sent over. You know, I have to admit, I really don't know much about Marilyn Monroe, except that she died under very suspicious circumstances, but I don't even know like the details or anything. I don't know, I just have never been that intrigued by her. Obviously she was like before my time, but I know, I mean, many people are like obsessed with her, obsessed with like what happened to her, what was her deal with JFK? Is that why she died? I know there's like all of that, but I couldn't tell you anything more. Okay, so she sent over 2 of her Enhance and Define lip pencils. One is in Enchantment and one is in Ribbon. So Enchantment is a little bit pinker, and then there's Ribbon. So Ribbon is like a true bluish red, like a primary red with a little bit of blue in there. And then here is Enchantment, which just by the color chip on the pencil, I thought was gonna be pinker. It's not, it's actually a little bit more orange. It could be that it's next to this one, but that's how I'm reading it. And then she did also send over her Velveteen Liquid Lip Color in Strawberry Blonde. Ooh, this is a perfect match to Ribbon. So it's a red with a little bit of blue in there, so it makes it a little bit pink. And then last but not least, she sent over the Rouge Experience in Amagansett, which makes me so nostalgic for the East Coast because that's in the Hamptons. Anyway, here is the shade. And these Rouge Experience lipsticks are refillable. Oh, and this one is also red with a little bit of blue in there, making it kind of a reddish pink. Okay, what was I looking at? Oh, Norma Jean. Okay, Norma Jean is actually the shade that would be like a little bit of a warmer red. Okay. And Amagansett, she describes it as a bold and pretty carnation pink. I think I'll have to pick up Norma Jean. Yeah, it's a vibrant red orange. I love that so much. Oh, I can just get the refill. Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud now. All right, let me put on this Ribbon lip liner and then we'll try out this Amagansett. I feel like whenever I start applying either liquid eyeliner or a dark like red lip liner, I just like immediately start sweating. Am I the only one? Is that even? I always feel like I draw my Cupid's bow like a little bit crooked. All right, let's put on the Rouge Experience in Amagansett. I love this lipstick formula. I feel like Lisa Eldridge is the only person in the entire world that can get me to wear a like super, super vibrant pinky red shade. Wow, how beautiful. You know what? I'm sorry, I need to put on more of this highlighter. Where else can I put it? It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna put some down my nose here. A a little bit here. Oh my God, stunning. Okay. Wow, I think I started this video out being the most excited for the Chantecaille Real Bronzes, which are incredible and I love them, but I am left just absolutely in awe of this highlighter. It is so smooth and without any micro glitters. I mean, that is phenomenal. Like I said, there's so many that like psych me out or that I'm like, it's okay. Like there's just a few micro glitters, it's totally fine. This has like none. None. It's so smooth. I do also really, really love that Sisley blush. I think if you haven't tried it yet, it could be a good one to maybe put on your list. If you have them already, I don't know that you need to run out and get them because I don't think it's a new formula. It does behave very, very similarly to the previous version. I do think it's just new packaging. This highlighter from Lisa Eldridge is an absolute must, and I really love this shade. So unusual for me to like a cooler kind of red, but I really like it. I really, really like it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.